What's up, gamers, and welcome back to PS5 Nexus. Get ready, because we've got a rapid-fire rundown of the hottest PlayStation news hitting you right now. First up, the PlayStation 6 is rumored to be an absolute beast, potentially 8 times faster than the PS5, with mind-blowing specs that could redefine gaming. Then, we dive into the drama surrounding Borderlands 4, where Randy Pitchford is weighing in on player demands for an FOV slider, sparking talk of new game modes. Sony's stance on PS5 sales is also under the microscope, with the company reaffirming their importance despite a growing focus on live services and PC ports. And finally, mark your calendars, because your PS Plus Essential October games are dropping a little later this year, and we've got the scoop on when to expect them. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Hit that like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. PS6 Specs Leak, an 8x speed upgrade. Get ready, because the future of PlayStation might be arriving sooner and faster than we think. A fresh leak is sending shockwaves through the gaming community, detailing rumored specifications for the PlayStation 6 that suggest a monumental leap in performance. This isn't just a minor upgrade. We're talking about a console that could be a staggering 8 times faster than the current PlayStation 5. The leak, attributed to the reputable source Moore's Law is Dead, points to the PS6 utilizing AMD's next generation, Orion APU, built on a cutting-edge 3nm TSMC process. This powerhouse chip is expected to pack up to 10 Zen 6 cores, a massive 30 to 40 gigabytes of GDDR7 RAM, and a GPU capable of 34 to 40 teraflops of performance with 52 to 54 RDNA 5 compute units. If these specs hold true, and with the integration of AMD's FSR4 technology, we could be looking at games running at 4K resolution at a buttery-smooth 120 frames per second. A significant jump from even the PS5 Pro's maximum capabilities. Interestingly, the leaker also suggests that while the PS6 will boast incredible graphical improvements, particularly a 6 to 12 times boost in ray tracing performance, a rumored upcoming Xbox console, codenamed Magnus, might still edge it out by about 25%. The leak also hints at the PS6 retaining the x86 architecture, paving the way for potential full backward compatibility with your existing PS4 and PS5 game library. With the current console generation nearing its 7-year mark, speculation points to a 2027 release for the PlayStation 6, promising a new era of gaming experiences. The gaming world is buzzing with excitement and speculation over these potential PS6 specifications, with fans eagerly anticipating what this power jump could mean for future titles. Analysts are already discussing the implications for the console market and the potential for Sony to regain a significant performance edge. Will this rumored PS6 power be enough to dominate the next console generation? Stay tuned as we break down the next massive story: Borderlands 4's controversial FOV Slider situation. Borderlands 4, FOV Slider drama and Randy Pitchford's response. Players diving into the chaotic world of Borderlands 4 on PS5 and Xbox are encountering a frustrating limitation: the absence of a field of view, or FOV, slider. For many first-person shooter enthusiasts, this omission can lead to discomfort and even motion sickness, a critical oversight for a game of this caliber. Gearbox Software CEO Randy Pitchford has acknowledged the player outcry, offering a cryptic response that has fueled speculation. He suggested that an FOV setting might affect fairness, leading many to wonder if this is a subtle hint at potential competitive player versus player content being planned for Borderlands 4. To gauge player sentiment, Pitchford launched a social media poll, and the results were overwhelmingly clear: an FOV slider, or GTFO, stance is dominating, with over 72% of respondents demanding the feature. While Borderlands 4 has seen a strong launch on PC, with over 100,000 concurrent players on Steam, the console version also faces criticism for its lack of motion blur control. Pitchford advised console players to adjust their TV settings for motion blur, noting that Gearbox doesn't directly control it, a stark contrast to the PC version, where both FOV and motion blur are adjustable. The overwhelming demand for an FOV slider suggests this is a major point of contention for the game's console player base. The strong player demand for an FOV slider in Borderlands 4 is creating significant buzz, with the community vocalizing their desire for more customization options. Pitchford's engagement, while somewhat ambiguous, shows he's listening, but the community's message is loud and clear. Will Gearbox give players the control they're demanding in Borderlands 4? Next up, we're diving into Sony's latest financial report and what it really means for the future of the PS5. Sony reaffirms PS5 sales' importance amidst shifting strategies. Despite claims that Sony might be shifting its focus away from hardware sales, the company has officially stated that PlayStation 5 sales remain a crucial key performance indicator. This clarification comes at a time when Sony is increasingly emphasizing live service games and PC ports to drive revenue. When Sony's new chief financial officer took the helm, there was an indication that the traditional model of simply selling more consoles might not be as financially viable as it once was. This, coupled with the fact that only the PS5 Pro variant is reportedly profitable, led to speculation that Sony was deprioritizing hardware numbers in favor of monthly active users, MAUs. The company's strategic moves, such as porting games to PC and releasing titles like Helldivers 2 on Xbox, seem to support this theory, aiming to broaden their software sales and increase audience engagement across multiple platforms. However, Sony's latest report directly counters this narrative. The company explicitly states that PS5 sales are still a core value and a key performance indicator. This is particularly noteworthy as the PS5 has recently surpassed the 80 million sales mark, putting it on a similar trajectory to the highly successful PS4 during its comparable timeframe. This assertion solidifies that, despite the growing importance of software and expanding platforms, the health of the PlayStation hardware ecosystem remains a fundamental pillar of Sony's business strategy. It acknowledges that the PS5 has indeed become the standard console for a vast majority of gamers. The gaming community has been actively discussing Sony's evolving business model, with many debating the future emphasis on software versus hardware. Sony's clear statement on PS5 sales being a KPI should reassure investors and players alike that hardware remains a significant focus. With PS5 sales still a top priority, what does this mean for future console development? Get ready, because we're wrapping up with the latest on your PS Plus Essential October games and when you can expect them. PS Plus Essential October games, a later than usual drop. PlayStation Plus subscribers, take note, your monthly dose of free games for October is set to arrive a little later than usual this year. While the PS Plus Extra and Premium lineups have been announced, the Essential Tiers freebies require a bit more patience. Traditionally, PS Plus Essential games are released on the first Tuesday of every month. This October, however, since September 30th falls on a Tuesday, the new wave of free games will officially launch on the following Tuesday, October 7th. As for when you can expect the official announcement, Sony typically reveals the lineup on the last Wednesday of the preceding month. This means we should hear about the October games by September 24th at the latest. Keep an eye out, as Sony sometimes surprises players with earlier announcements, especially during milestone celebrations like the 15th anniversary of PS Plus and the 30th anniversary of PlayStation this year. Fans are particularly eager for the October Essential lineup, especially since the PS Plus Extra and Premium catalogs for the month are considered somewhat lean. While WWE 2K25 heads the Extra tier, and only one classic title is being added to the Premium Deluxe catalog alongside 7 extra games, a strong Essential lineup could help compensate. The anticipation is high, with many hoping for some standout titles to make their way to the Essential tier. Players are actively discussing potential game drops for the PS Plus Essential October lineup, hoping for a strong showing to boost the month's offerings. The slight delay has certainly piqued curiosity about what Sony has in store. Will this October's Essential lineup be worth the wait? That's all the PlayStation news for today, but stick around for our lightning round recap and full call to action. And that's a wrap on today's PS5 Nexus news. We've got the PS6 potentially hitting an insane 8x speed boost, Borderlands 4 sparking debate over its FOV slider with Randy Pitchford weighing in, Sony confirming PS5 sales are still a vital metric despite shifting strategies, and your PS Plus Essential October games arriving a little later this month. Don't forget to smash that like button if you found this update valuable, subscribe to PS5 Nexus for all your PlayStation needs, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Let us know in the comments which news story you're most excited about, and make sure to follow us on all our social media channels for even more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.